Hello YouTube, welcome to the garage. Got a little project today I'm working on. My shop is really small, so where I had to set up my vapor blaster, it's right beside my air compressor. So let me kind of get you turned around here and see the area where I'm at. My shop is 30 feet wide and it's 25 feet deep. But the main part of the shop is 20 feet wide and it's got 14-foot eaves. And that's where my lift is on the other side of this wall. I've got storage here, but on the other side of that wall, it's a 20 by 25 bay, and that's got my lift in it. It's a 10,000-pound Challenger twin post asymmetrical lift, and you know, that's the main mechanic shop. But this was all storage back in here. This is 10 foot wide and it's 25 feet deep, and it's got 8-foot walls. And this room here was just storage, and I had to clear it all out to make room for the vapor blaster and the compressor. All right, so although this compressor, it's got the technology where the compressor itself is made by Eaton. It's a 7.5 horsepower, 4-cylinder, 2-stage compressor. This compressor itself is made by Eaton, and the technology they have, it runs slower than your average compressor, so it doesn't make quite as much noise, and the idea is it doesn't get as hot, and it'll last longer. That's their technology, and that's an 80-gallon tank. This is their second line. I think they have a couple different ones they market it under, but this is called Freight Train. But still, it's loud, and as you see, if I'm standing here running the vapor blaster, it's right there. Yes, I do wear earplugs, and that's very important because in my other job, in a different life, I'm actually an RN. I worked emergency room for a lot of years, but now I'm occupational health, and I work at a paper mill. But so hearing conservation is a big thing for me. So yes, I do wear earplugs, but I still like to, try and do some environmental controls as much as I can to get it as quiet as I can, because back in the day when I was a young man going to concerts, I was the guy right in front of the speakers with my Bic lighter, and I've kind of messed up my hearing. So I want to try and keep what's left of it. So what I'm going to do today is, I'm going to put a muffler system on it, but what I want to do is, I've got a decibel meter here that I'm going to measure the sound, like where I'll be standing, and up next to the compressor. And the vast majority of the noise from a compressor comes from the intake, from what I understand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test it, as it is, because it's just got the two intake right here, and there's filters in there, but still you get a lot of noise from it. And what I want to do is test with the meter, see what the decibel level is, because anything 85 decibels or higher, according to OSHA, you have to have a hearing conservation program, wearing hearing protection and doing hearing tests annually. And that's what I do at work, but I already know my hearing is shot, so there's no sense testing it. I just got to try and preserve what's left. So what I want to do is find out how, what the noise level is. Well, first I'm going to test just with nothing running. Then I'm going to fire up the compressor and test around it and see how what the decibel level is at different places. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it out. This is what I've come up with. This is going to be my intake manifold, and this is a Solberg filter muffler assembly. Okay, and the way I have it designed, it's going to go through that hole in the wall there, and the muffler filter was going to be on the outside, and I should just only have any mechanical noise coming from the mechanism of the compressor. And there's one other thing that what I'm going to do is I'm going to try is, this is going to be, this will take care of, I'm sure, the vast majority of any of the noise this thing makes. But there's another thing that I'm going to try, because see, you get an echo out of that, and I would imagine that with the compressor running, you're going to get some sort of a resonant, frequency, just kind of echoing through the tank. So what I'm going to do is, in this video, I'm just going to test without the muffler system, and then with the muffler system. And then some other time, what I'm going to do is get like those dense exercise mats that are like an inch thick, and wrap this in that, and see, I'm going to test before and after and see if that actually makes any difference. I don't know if it will, but it's just something I'm going to try. So what we're going to do now is, first I want to turn this thing on. Okay. My dog tried to give it the taste test, but it still works. And I'm going to put it on slow. And first we're just going to be real quiet and see what the ambient noise level is here. And if I start talking, it goes up. Okay, 35, 36 is the ambient noise. So I'm going to turn the compressor on now. Do some testing. Okay, so we saw where, let me get you flipped back around here. Oh, there you are. Okay. All right, so without anything running, 33, 34 decibels, when you talk 50 or 60, and let me turn this thing off. It's telling me I'm too noisy. And then as you saw, in the mid 80s, I said 85 for OSHA is a cutoff for, anything 85 decibels or above, you have to have a hearing conservation program. So, when I tested it where I was staying here beside the blaster, it really wasn't, in the hearing conservation, program range, but still close enough. And any little bit helps. It's not like at 85 decibels and below you're okay, and 85 decibels and above you're not okay. The damage from sound pressure is cumulative. It kind of builds up over time. Everybody knows that like the report of a rifle or a rocket going off and stuff like that will damage your hearing. But you can have a continuous noise that you're exposed to for maybe several hours that's it's, you know, not that bad. You know, you can talk over it, but it's, like I said, it's cumulative. It's over time that it does the damage. You know, like riding your lawnmower, although you can talk over it, riding it for 3 hours will damage your hearing. So, and especially like a leaf blower, those things are horrible. So I want to try and minimize, you know, as much the noise that I can, even though it's not, you know, ridiculously loud. Up by the intake on it, on the compressor is, you know, you were 91, 92 decibels. So, you know, kind of proved that that's where the vast majority of the noise is. I was by the motor and it wasn't making a lot of noise, you know, around behind it and down by the tank. You know, again, I don't know how much resonant noise is coming from that. I want to sort of kind of test that to find out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my little Rube Goldberg here assembly on, and then I'll be back and we're going to retest. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, install that, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I got the intake manifold and the muffler system all installed, and this is what it looks like. I'll get my little view screen around there. Okay, you know, I think it looks pretty tidy, but the proof is in how loud it is. Okay, let me find my meter. Oh, there it is. Okay, well, let's see if this made any difference. Let me get my little meter turned on here. Okay, well, here goes nothing. We'll start over here by the vapor blaster. Let's go outside and see what the muffler sounds like outside. My shop's a mess. I'm in the process of cleaning it. That's not that loud out here. Still, I wanted that outside the building, and the eaves are open. I got to close that in, and you know, I don't know if they'll make much difference, but still, that's a lot quieter, and it's outside. There's a big filter in there, and it's under, you know, the prevailing wind comes from that direction over there, so it's not going to get pelted with rain or anything like that, and it gets all that noise, whatever noise is left, outside. It's getting kind of dusk here. All right, well, I think that was worth it. I don't know how much I have tied up in it. I didn't add it up, but you know, anything to make it a little quieter. I'll still wear earplugs, but I think you know, did a little bit of noise abatement, so it was worth it. All right, so if you could do me a huge favor, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. It really help me out. You know, like, share, and I'll see you in the next video.